Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and get some amazing trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of long term and short term setups, and there are plenty out there, as long as you're serious, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And if you're waking up Saturday morning, it's definitely not something that you're looking forward to. And it's not a good news that Iran and Israel and US all are fighting, and the war actually just broke out in Middle East. And that is not a good thing for US market. And overall, it's not a good thing. I mean, this is gonna get really messy if this continues. As last night the president said that it's going to continue. It's a multi-week operation in Iran, and if that actually continues, you're going to see lots of volatility here in this market. Now, uh, if we go to like even weekend Wall Street, I think Nasdaq is down over 1% right now. But look at what happened on Friday's session. Dow taking a big beating down on Friday, down over 1%. Nasdaq going down just close to 1%. S&P down 0.43%, and Russell going down the most with financial 1.72%, declining 62%, advancing was 33%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. You can see energy led the way, so they know something was coming this weekend, and that's why you will see crude oil and all the energy stocks are just flying going into Monday's session. Consumer defensive, so it was a defensive move. Healthcare, communication services, you can see technology took a big hit on Friday, down nearly 2%, and financial was actually down over 2%. Now, we have some data next week, but I don't think that's going to really affect the market. We have ISM on Monday, and then we also have some more ISM on Wednesday session, but nothing really big. We got some non-farm productivity here, but I don't think that's going to affect the market. We got import prices. Then we have non-farm payrolls and retail sales. That's on Friday. So we'll see if that's going to actually affect the market. Fear and greed index. We're back on fear 43. So the market will definitely react to this, and it's already reacting. And we're gonna take a deep dive in on S&P 500 and see where things are going next week. So let's get started on S&P 500. All right, so SPY ETF was down 0.48% on Friday, and you can see we ended up actually gapping down early morning and then came back up, filling the gap, but we actually went pretty much nowhere last week. You can see we had that initial bounce, it faded, we had that pullback, dip buyers came in, bought up the dip, and again you can see the 20-day. This is your 20-day moving average, this white line, and this red line is the 50-day. And whenever you see a cross that is taking place below the 50-day, that is technically not bullish unless we are trading above that level, which is not happening at this moment. You can see we're trading below, well below 687, trading at 686. And now that weekend Wall Street, because of that war news, is already down quite a bit. So we'll see how that goes Sunday morning. But here's the main picture, guys. It's very simple. We have a range, top of the range, bottom of the range. Where is the bottom? Right around 675 to 676. Top 696 to 697. We did not even go to the top this time. Now, we talked about it before also that if the market wants to pull back and we get some sort of a 10-12% correction, where can market go? And you can see clearly the last time we broke out of this, range, we made a brand new all-time high. We had this drop. That was the tariff, Trump's tariff debacle, where we dropped this much here, about 19-20% on SPY. Now that we have this top, and you can see, I mean, even if you go back, what happened here? we retested pretty much almost coming down here, right? Almost coming down here. And then the support was found, and then we went back up immediately. So market just slowly grinding higher. We are seeing energy outperforming S&P 500, and that's not the case. Usually when energy goes up, S&P comes down, but you're not seeing that recent times. We're just not seeing that. So if this range actually breaks, maybe we close below 676 for 1 week, that would be a confirmation of a breakdown that we're probably going to come down and retest this daily 200 SMA, which is sitting around 651, 652. That's going to be the next target. And you can see bottom of this range as well right here, like this pullback right here. That was about 650 as well. So if the pullback actually, occurs next week and we get a deeper pullback, we can definitely go into a downtrend in the short term. But grand scheme of things, I mean, we're still in a uptrend. So nothing really crazy happening. But because of what just took place over the weekend, this Saturday morning, I think, market can react. And if it reacts to a negative way, because going to a war is not a good thing. You're going to spend money. You're going to lose people. There will be blood. There will be money lost, wealth lost, and time lost. Lots of things happening. So here on Spy, just keep it simple. Under 676, bear. If we can stay in the range, neutral. If we can break out of the range, 696, 697, then big bull. So here you got to be really cautious going into next week. Now some of the key levels, if we come back down 682, that's a dark pool print. So we need to acknowledge that. It would be right here, Friday's low. If that's taken out, we're going to 680. That's another dark pool print, and then all the way down to 676, 675. If we can stay over that 686, we could be pushing into that 689 again, possibly into 691.62. And only over that, we can talk about 694 to even going back up to the top of the range here on SPY. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. And you can always reach out to me right here on X and you'll get a faster response. Now, I do want to share some fantastic trade ideas that we took recently, guys. And it's not only one, it's many. So this is from Friday. You can see UL puts, but I'll show you guys here on UL that we took these puts just on Thursday. You can see 226 and UL puts came out, and what happened yesterday? That thing jumped big way, and we made really good money on that play. Here's some more. This is from Friday. You can see UL puts, UL puts, UL, and then let's just have a look at these trades from Thursday. 226 trades and profit. I'm not even looking at other people. Let's just forget about it. I'm going to show you guys what I did. This is Thursday. You can see my account just took off and never came back down. Look at these trades. We took IGV. This thing was a monster. Still have a lot of these left and still green. Look at this one here though. From just a couple days ago. TSM and SMH. SMH was at 427. That's where we entered. TSM was also near 400. I think it was 389, I believe. 370 puts, you can see, and 410 puts. And you guys saw what happened on Thursday and even on Friday. Massive gains on these. GDX, we played multiple times. We got paid, and we took a position again on Friday. So if you're somebody who's really serious and want to do this full time, and this is what they want to do for the rest of their life, then definitely this is the most underrated channel that actually makes most amount of money and puts out lots of trade ideas. You can go and pay 250, 350, even $1,000. You're not gonna get these types of trades and not gonna get these types of performance when it comes to trading. You can see, just to give you guys another example, you can see right here, this man is up year to date already 138%. And I did show you guys my own thing for 1 year. Last time it was up 600% and it's still up over 600%, which for this year, I'm already up close to, I think I'm a little bit less than 130%, but it's still only 2 months into this year and already up over 100%. So that all the things that actually matters. And if you're really serious, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. On Triple Q, it was down 0.32%, so nothing big. But if you're waking up, well, we got big issues going on in Middle East, and we're in it. And if we're in it, something is going to happen. What happened to the last war that took place, especially in Afghanistan and then Iraq? Multiple years, a lot of people lost lives, and also a lot of taxpayers' money was spent overseas, and guess what? Didn't really get much out of it, right? So I don't think, people want, you know, us going and fighting somebody else's war. And just it's just not a good thing, having this massive, thing taking place over the weekend, because it's not only Iran and Israel and US, it's all mixed up. I mean, Iran throwing bombs everywhere in all the other countries that are actually supporting US or having their troops in their country. So it's a big, big mess. It's not a small thing. Then you have Russia also backing up, somewhat backing up Iran and condemning even China that attacked, in Iran. So I don't know how things are going to unfold, but come futures market Sunday night, you will see crude oil shooting up. It's already up and it's going to go up even more. So here on Qs right now, Wall Street weekend, it's down, I think, over 1%. And if we take out bottom of this range, 600 to 594 here, guys. I mean, we can definitely have a date with the daily 200 SMA, which is at 586. And this last pullback we had was this key zone 581.55. So that's going to be a critical support around that daily 200 SMA. But, we can definitely come down and retest these highs. And that would be totally fine when it comes to like monthly time frame. But as of right now, we're just chopping. So we'll see how that goes next week. To the upside, we could not even clear that 617. That would be bullish this week, but you can see rejection again came in. So now there will be resistance right here at the 20-day moving average, 608.92. If we can clear that, 613 is another one that we need to break. And so far, that's not happening. And then 617 here on Qs. On IWM, it's down 1.72%. So XLF Financial taking a massive, massive beating. Some of these regional banks are going down in a big way. One of the biggest sell-off we have seen on financial, that was on Friday. Some of these banks lost a lot of their gains. And you can see, I mean, KRE is another banking ETF, which was down, I think, 6%, I believe. Look at this one, down nearly 2% and just barely holding onto the 50-day moving average, which is sitting right here, right about 260, right here, right about 260. So 260 gives up. The next key zone is 257.58, and then 252 into the gap 249, which I think this gap will likely to get filled right here on IWM. To the upside, now we need to get over 263. And then if we can get over that, you can see multiple rejection here at 265 to 266. We need to clear that for more upside, for potential of this gap to get filled right here on top. But as of right now, this one also just ranging. You can see this is the range 257, and the top of the range is 266 to 269, and we're just range bound going back and forth. So if the range breaks, you're going to see expansion, whether to the downside or to the upside here on IWM. On Dow Jones is down over 1%. So Dow Jones was really fantastic. I did not share that play with anybody. I took some calls early on here on Dow, especially at 487. And it was a really nice 0DT play on Dow because this thing went back up and it closed at 489.66, down 1%. It was down more than that. Now you can see we came really close to it, but we're still not filling the gap at 484. And this is also just chopping. This was a fake breakout to the upside, and our president took credit for this. Dow hitting, this new all-time high, and you can see immediately faded. And since then, we cannot even clear 496. This was another point of place where you could have shorted a Dow if you need to like go and short. And you can see we had a gap down. We did not even fill the gap, which is at 492.5. And we'll see how that goes. Right now, it's down. So going into next week, this is going to be a key zone to the downside, 484 gap fill reversal, and bottom of this range. If we cannot hold that, well, there's going to be more downside, and a critical level to watch is going to be around that 480 to 478 mark. To the upside, we do have resistance right here at 490, 50-day moving average. Over that, we have the gap at 492.5. If we can clear all that, then expect more upside, maybe going back up to the 20-day moving average 494.45 to 496. On VIX, it's up 6.61%. So time and time over and over since we put in this bottom here on VIX, you can see this trend line holding up. And what happened on Thursday? Well, we went slightly lower. And what happened then? Well, we came right back up, taking out Thursday's high, making a new high, and then gave back some of those gains. But you can see we closed near 20. So that is technically bullish here on VIX. As long as you can stay over 18 to 20, the last line in the sand would be right down here, 18 bucks. And so far, that's not breaking. That would be crucial if we come back down here. But if this thing remains over 18 to 20, I would expect more upside, maybe up to that 23, maybe up to these highs. So be careful the way things are going. This thing can definitely spike into 30s. And that means what? That means a deeper correction is possibly coming in this market. On dollar, it's slightly down on Friday, but if you look at my screen, it's just coiling up. This is a bull flag pattern on dollar, and if this thing takes out this high right here, 98, we could be going into 98.9 and possibly even higher, and that's gonna be a big breakout. And so far, this trend line, this monthly trend line on dollar, which I'm going to show you guys, holding up. You can see right here, and it goes all the way back. You can see back in 2008, 2009, and we're back into that trend line, and so far that is holding. So dollar definitely can bounce, and if this thing bounces, we could see S&P going down. Now we're gonna talk about gold here before we wrap up this video, and you can see, I mean, boy oh boy, look at the pump, another month in, and look at this. I mean, massive green candle. I mean, this thing is just going to the moon. Look at what's happening. We actually had this bear flag pattern, did not even play out, and now into brand new all-time high, especially here on GDX. So we got a gap here at 14, I believe, 106, another gap, and definitely, I mean, there's gonna be some sort of a gap up come Sunday night into futures market, into even Monday morning. You'll see gold flying again, another gap up and go. But we'll see how that gold, if can gold can actually hold up these gains, or it actually turns into some sort of a double top here, which can still form. But in that form, if that's going to play out, we need to take bottom of this support level right here, bottom of this range, which is just not the case right now. So we'll see how that gold moves. So far, I think gold is up, and it's probably gonna open up on a gap up come Sunday night and into Monday morning. So let me know your thoughts into all that is happening in the market and overall all over the place. I would love to hear from you guys, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated come Monday night.